Hi, folks. Here we go again. This is Mark. The sum of the question is whether mankind have a right. Does mankind have a right to be happy? So that is one of the questions, part of it. So does mankind have the right to be happy or not? And the Constitution of the United States has that in there. And then the next part of the question is, and to oppose their own destruction. To have the right to stand up and say, no, you're not going to kill me. No, you're not going to beat the shit out of me when you arrest me. No, you're not going to shoot me in the back if I'm running away from a cop. No, you're not going to shoot me if I have a gun on my belt and I'm sitting in a car, pulled over by a cop. Cop doesn't have a right to shoot me unless I draw the gun on him or something. But as long as I'm not drawing that gun out of my holster, the cop does not have a right to, shoot me at all. Or if I'm running in the mall with a gun, cops do not have a right to shoot me. Cop has to wait until he's shot at, or at least the gun aimed at him, before he can pull his gun and shoot me. And so we have a right to be happy and to oppose their own destruction. We have every right to say we're not going to be, destroyed under certain conditions. Do we have that? So the sum of the question is whether mankind have a right to be happy and to oppose their own destruction. I think so. I think we have the right to be happy. And so if we're making laws, Congress and the President of the United States are making laws that are making people unhappy, is that right? If they're passing stringent laws, that are making people unhappy. So let's say I go have a beer and I get on a skateboard and I'm skating down the sidewalk, not bothering anybody. I'm not running into any cars. I'm not falling down. But a cop saw me come out of the bar a while ago. And he sees me skateboarding, pulls me over, and he gives me a DUI because I was drunk on a skateboard. Is that making me happy? No. Was I harming anybody? No. Was I a danger to myself? No. But they made a bad law, which is making me unhappy because I have a right to go get drunk. I have a right to ride on a skateboard. I have a right to go down the sidewalk as long as I'm not harming anybody or myself. So they should leave me alone. And I should be able to oppose my own destruction because they're pulling me off a skateboard and may cuff me, beat me up, could end up shooting me. And so I have a right to oppose that. My own destruction. They have no right to pull me over for riding down the street. They have no right to make that law, in my opinion. Or riding a bicycle. This is not a La La Land. And then it goes on. And whether any man has the right to make them miserable. So does other men, Congress, and them have a right to make me miserable? Making laws that make it hard for me to live. Making laws making it hard for me to own a piece of property. By making rules. So let's say I buy a piece of land and I don't live on it, but then they say, nope, you can't live on it because it's it's not rated, livable for a single person. You have to have a family to live on there. Or you can't live on there because it doesn't have a septic tank. Well, what if I want a portable septic tank? Well, you can't have a portable one. You have to have a $10,000 septic tank on there. Well, I don't got $10,000. Too bad you can't live on it, even though it's your own property. So then they make me miserable because I can't own that property. They make it so it's hard for anybody to own a piece of land, to move on it and live on it, because they make these harsh rules. They make the bar so high that 90% of the people can't live on it, the property, if they buy it. And so they make these laws to make people miserable. And there's tons of laws. There's laws you can't grow plants in your backyard, only certain kinds of grass, and all kinds of things. Can't park in your driveway. Can't park in front of your house. All kinds of little laws that they make and events. Can't burn wood in your stove, only on certain days. You have to check the weather in order to burn wood. So does any man have the right to make them miserable? Make you miserable? And that's an interesting question. So we'll start off. So the sum of the question is, whether mankind have a right to be happy and to oppose their own destruction, and whether any man has a right to make them miserable. So what do you think? What's your comment? Let me know. This is from Cato Letters back in 1725. This was highly published in the United States back during the Revolution, which I don't think you could find it in any library. Definitely not in any school library. They don't teach you this in law school. And I'd be surprised if you saw it in any library. But they used to teach this, I think, in schools, and all the leaders of our government that created the Constitution had a copy of this. And it was widely quoted in newspapers from this book I'm quoting now. And this is what helped inspire the revolution in the United States, is these type of questions and the answers to them. So I put this up here so you can get these questions. See what you think. Or So are you going to say the same thing, or think the same thing, or believe the same way that was interpreted by our founding fathers and then writing the Constitution? Or are you going to think differently? So I'll put the questions to you and let you decide. Comment below, share, like. I need all the likes I can, all the sharing I can. By you liking helps me out big time. Subscribe helps me out big time. So please subscribe. Thank you. Can't wait to hear your comments.